Yeah, thank you for your introduction, and I'm happy to be here, actually. Thank you for the invitation. Thanks for the former speaker who gave an informative speech about what's possible with mixed reality. This is nothing I can compete at the moment because I cannot show anything related to mixed reality out of CRYENGINE, but that's a feature that's going to come. Just to say so. Yeah, there will be a lot of awesome things. Let's figure out if I fulfill your interest within this engine, within this talk, and why you're over here. First of all, I just want to know, is this audience more developer-driven, or is it more decision makers? So who's a decision maker? OK, who's a developer? So it's slightly more developers. OK. Good to know. I'm not prepared for that. That's perfect. That's why I'm on the developer stage. Just to start off, so my name is Pascal Tonecker, as I was introduced. I founded the Enterprise Solutions within Crytek by April of this year. So it's quite young. It's still in developing process. It's pretty much the same as my colleague from Unreal was showcasing yesterday. So it's a lot innovation-driven and has a complete different spirit. If you rely, it's like a startup within an existing company. But I will come to this later on. First of all, I would like to give you a short introduction into Crytek. What is Crytek doing? And then switch over to the Enterprise Solutions. Maybe I should use a clicker. Phew. OK, Crytek, founded in 1999 with its headquarters in Frankfurt. At the moment, we got two other offices, one in Istanbul and one in Kiev. And overall, the headcount is around about 480 to 540 people on a global scale. Our core business pillars, it's the technology, it's the content, and it's the publishing. Crytek was pretty well known for its game development in the past, even more than for anything else, and for the development of the CryEngine. Of course, we also published our own games, but we transformed this nowadays into more game into a service. I will talk about this, especially when I come to our latest product. But I will more talk about technology, so don't be scared. Just to give you a short introduction about, if you don't know, so we started all with Far Cry. So Far Cry changed changed tremendously how the people looked at video games back in the days, and it changed it forever. We continued this transformation with the the Crysis franchise. And still working on it. I mean, nowadays, we're developing on a constant level to achieve new goals that our clients are requesting. But to be honest, so we were never meant to be, when we founded, we were never meant to be an engine developer. We developed an engine because we had our own demands and needs. And we couldn't find anything on the market that could fulfill that. So therefore, the CryEngine was developed. And after we gained some success and the people recognized that this is quite nice engine, actually, they were requesting at Crytek, so if we can promote or if we can support them with our technology. And that's how it all started. So nowadays, it's completely different. So we're still producing games as Crytek. We have original IPs developed by ourselves, produced by ourselves, even published by ourselves and others. But we also continuously developing on the CryEngine, not just for the licensee in the game sector, furthermore for a different kind of licensee within the industry sector. And this is a kind of sector which is tremendously growing, especially also at Crytek itself. And we did enterprise solutions since many, many years in different kind of industry services, but it was never promoted. And most of the things we've done, we're not really able to showcase out, because like everyone in the industry, we're bound with NDAs. We worked a lot of things that achieved great results, but we were not able to use it for internal showcases. That's a horrible task. That's a horrible thing. We're going to change this. I just want to give you a short inside of one of our latest title in games before I switch over to the enterprise. This is Hunt Showdown. It's now on Steam. It's not official. It's still in beta. But whoever is interested, I'm not a gamer, to be honest. Maybe it's the wrong company to work with, but my sons are, and they're so into it. And my oldest one is 15. He's hardly allowed to play this one. And you will have a look up, and then you understand why. Everything you see over here is also rendered in the engine. So we use the cinematic features of the engine since many, many years. We even produced our own music, so it's an original score produced and developed within Crytek. That's what we do with all our games, mostly, to be honest. Yeah, as I said, it's in open beta. You can go on Steam, have a look at it by yourself. But as you can imagine, it's not so easy to go to an industry client, showcase games like Crysis and thank you, and others, or Crysis and Far Cry, and tell them, yeah, we can do stunning things within our technology. Have a look at this, how all the people get slaughtered. And you can use it as well just for, I don't know, environmental training, solutions, simulation, whatever. So therefore, we also need to showcase to people what we are actually doing with our technology, the CryEngine. So, oops, sorry. Our vision within CryEngine, and that is because, as I said, we had the demands. We started with to develop tools just for the internal use, like I said, the cinematics. I'm pretty sure you know exactly the content of cinematics, but and cineastic approach, but I'll tell a little bit about it. So if you want to promote a game, mostly people go to a visual effects company. That's the background I'm from. I used to be CEO of Pixelmonda. It's a visual effects company for 3.5 years. So we had quite often requests by game developers, produce us nice content based on the assets, and then we want to promote our games. So what we do within Crytek and CryEngine, we have all the tool sets developed over the years to create stunning content within the engine. Mostly, even also real-time, but sometimes we also need to render, but we never use a render farm or anything like this. I mean, when I'm talking about rendering, it comes to, that's more on the middle level, and that's achieved by regular computers. That's the aim that we always have, to achieve the best result on a given hardware. Of course, we also go for high-quality gaming hardware, but it's not, you don't have to have a stack of computers or a render farm or anything like this. So to achieve even ray tracing and stuff like that, like others are demoing and using not just the latest graphic cards, but also a lot of CPU and GPU power at the same time. So this is done by us since many years. Therefore, we created the Cine box within CryEngine, which is used to do all the cinematics by ourselves within the given assets that we already have. So everything is already produce when we produce a game by ourselves in this high quality, so we can achieve something like this. But I should just give you an idea how this looks like when it gets into movement. And as you can see, you can achieve all different kind of styles, whatever you're into, what you're up for, what you're looking for. We use this tool nowadays in the film industry to create previs, but not just previs, also for final production. It depends on the design of a film. It's not possible just to replace everything that you do in offline rendering, classical VFX, but I mean, as a film or as an effect or an asset or a scene, suits perfectly within design into being produced with a game engine, especially like CRYENGINE, then you should go for it because it saves you so much time and money and stress and everything like this. We have nice features though. We do not have to bake the light or anything like this because we render it just in real time. That's the approach since the first CRYENGINE. So that makes it a little bit different because you can be, within production, you can be even faster because you don't have to produce all these light maps and stuff like this. Of course, you can do the same approach, but why should you? So we also use all the kind of technologies that are nowadays, I mean, like, as you see, mocap, but we use it for real-time production as well, shooting while you see what your output will be. And then using all the color I/O management, which is pretty used to, especially in film production, and also our post-production pipeline is not too bad, to be honest. So I wouldn't say it's not comparable to others, but I can tell it's pretty good. So even they say no other engine, of course. I mean, nowadays, if I compare to our competitors, they're doing stunning work, great work. Sounds like Trump, great work, they're doing stunning work. I love these guys. No, but to be honest, I saw the presentations and I'm used to work with different kind of engines as well. And I need to say they're doing a great job. But if you want to go for a certain kind of task, then CRYENGINE maybe should be the engine of your choice. Within our development, we achieved quite a lot of attention and achievements within some associations and stuff, because our engineers are really, really into what they're doing. And just to give you a short overview, and feature sets we created, which were unique, developed originally in CRYENGINE and then adopted by others, or even gave them a good idea how to continue this journey because it's not over yet. So it's just at the very first beginning. As I always say, real-time technology is core for all the future technology that is going to happen nowadays, like augmented, mixed reality, virtual reality, and things beyond. The speaker, Renee, was talking about deep learning. So you're also working with deep learning systems, AI, different types of, just to have a look where we can what's beyond traditional production for games and industry services. So a short overview about our workflow, what we can do, what we can achieve, how it's been done. We just released the 5.5 last week, Friday, with a lot of improvements, over 1,000 fixes we've done, and we're working on pretty nice things that are going to come with the next big iteration. Of course, I cannot tell, but I can tell it will be amazing. Just to give you a short idea, so people were always talking, you're lagging about things like mobile, you're lagging about actual demands like AR and stuff like this. I'm just telling, just wait a little bit, maybe just a few more days, maybe just a few more months, and then you will know what I'm talking about. So what can be done with CRYENGINE if you're talking about a game, but not as a game anymore? So this is more like a bridge now from games to serious production, to industry services. This is done by a company called Enodo in France, using the CryEngine since many, many years. And they're now going to release a game called The Architect, where you can rebuild Paris however you want to, and it's like a real-time simulation as well, because depending on what you do and what your achievements are, the whole structure, everything is changing. And I just want to give you an idea how this looks like, but it's on a different behalf, because they also have an industry sector and approach where they're using everything that they learned within this kind of projection since many, many years to transfer it into serious projects like infrastructure planning on a large scale, which will I showcase just in a few seconds. But they're using everything that is traditionally used within game production.
You must rise to the challenges of each.
So you can set up your whole area, you can do whatever you want, you can transform the city, you can build modules, you can mock it up in a more classical way, you can do it in a more futuristic way, and it's like Sims
Each plot of land
on speed.
offers an opportunity to broaden your reign over the city. Design innovative new buildings. Choose among dozens of different architectural styles. Create your own templates and share your creations.
The same thing that you see here, and that was the idea, can also be used not just
These
for the game
buildings
production.
will have to
As I
address
said,
the challenges
just think
of
about
climate change,
architecture
to face
planning,
down growing energy
infrastructure
crisis
planning,
and
large
social
scale.
upheaval.
How your
anticipate
visualization
population
can be tuned with this
or
kind of
else
tool set.
your
So it's a
buildings
tool
will
actually.
fall
It's not just a game, because we're working on a tool set
You must
which are
formulate
comparable
new
with other
methods
engines
of
at
food
on the market
production,
already.
power
But we're working on it
creation, waste
to make it even the CryEngine Crytek way.
Sometimes you will lose control.
So it can also be a dystopia, it can be everything. That's the thing of the game. But now I show you, because we also had a look at that 25% of traditional development within 3D and CGI content production already switched to real-time technology. We found out, and others found out, because they are the researcher, that even more can be done within real-time technologies. And to give you, that's what I said, to give you an idea how a serious project looks with the same approach, that's it. That's how it's going to be like. That was, as you see, April 2017. It was made to evaluate the new construction work, the construction going to happen within France, at the even Nice as well. They're going to build a new rondel, and they want to see how it's going to look like, but not just how it's going to look like. The interesting thing about it is how it's going to integrate within the already given environment and how it's going to sound like. As you can see, all the sound canceling walls and stuff like that. So they iterated different types of these walls, feed the engine, and within the information, within the physics system of CryEngine, and to figure out how the noise reduction will sounds like later on. And this was used to elaborate and which model, because there were 3 different versions of the infrastructure plannings, so which model is going to be like, which sound blocker is going to be used later on, and stuff like that. Also, all the simulations, like the traffic simulations, pedestrian simulations, were done in the engine, and so it was given to the authorities to make a decision which will be best. So it's just a short overview. And that's what I mean when I said that CRYENGINE is the ideal framework, because with enterprise solution and customized enterprise solution, that's what we're looking for. We start up, mostly the clients come to us first. They have a special demand, an idea sometimes, and most of the enterprise solutions are nothing that you can achieve out of the box. I mean, it's great to have a framework that then already can deliver what you're aiming for, but if you're looking for something special and you talk to us and then we figure out together, we do a lot of R&D, we do a lot of development, and then we write all different kind of plugins and use the APIs, but most of the time, to be honest, we just restructure what is already there. We're using like components and bring them together and bake a nice cake. Bake your most preferred cake that can serve you best. And that is the idea behind Enterprise Solutions. And with what this looks like when it comes to R&D is this one. We were asked from the company, actually I was working on this project back in the days, to create a tool which can be used for previs. So classically when you're shooting car commercials and stuff like that, you previs everything, it looks gray shaded or just simply shaded, and then you do an animated board, more or less. And nowadays, it's more like diagrams doesn't like this so much because the client already signed everything off, and then they have to just reshort the animated board. But we went beyond that. We said, okay, let's not just use this tool for previs. It makes it a little bit looks nicer. Let's use different kind of feature sets, and that's what we created. We used the Cinebox therefore as well. Oops, sorry. I just need to stop because it's fast and maybe you don't get it, but it's a comparison between what was shoot live and what was made in the engine. And we did this as previs before and figured out that it's not a previs tool. It's a virtual production tool. If you want to shoot especially car commercials and stuff like that, you can use it therefore. Oops, I go again. No. Now I go again. Assets on the right side are digital, mimicked, or we scanned everything within Google Maps, figured out how the locations look like, remodeled them, and then we use all the functionalities like we used to do when we work with CRYENGINE. So if you use this for shot production, of course you have all kind of freedom because you can change your model, you can change the lighting. As I said, our lighting is permanently rendered. It's not baked, so it will have an effect. We have global illumination and stuff like that. We also have a special kind of ray tracing since 2014, I guess, and it's still increasing and developing. But if you want to bring in another model within the same commercial or same shot, whatever, it's not a problem at all because you have the freedom of choice. And the good thing, I mean, that's traditional real-time technology. Once you're done, you set up your shot, you discuss everything with your client, you're done, that's it. Play it out, go live, bam. And you don't, as I said, traditionally, our process is on that. When I worked at Pixelmondo, a classical car commercial to be produced, maybe shot a live blade, shoot a live blade, and then just using a stand-in car or whatever, and then doing all the compositing, all the rendering, and especially the rendering, it took for ages. So, but nowadays we can achieve this kind of quality in an ease. It's not a thing anymore, and to be honest, it saved us a lot of time back in the days when I was working at Pixelmondo, and time means money and time also needs clients which are more or less satisfied that you speed up the process. That's what they're all asking for. On the other hand, they want to pay less because you don't use that much time. So, but at least you can do it, and it's less stressful. So, CRYENGINE Enterprise Solutions, as I talk, what is the CRYENGINE best for? What we figured out and what we can help you with. If you want to figure out, you're always invited to contact me, and we can talk about and set up something that might help or should help, but especially when it comes to scientific visualizations, because our physics systems is quite good, and we can use all different kind of physics models to elaborate what will be the best solution, or how it naturally and physically correct will be like. So there's not this much I can talk about, but there's another project that's going on at the moment. It has to do with cloth simulation somehow, and future technology as well, which is already present technology in my eyes. But it's more like natural behavior on a different level that you used to do nowadays. And that's everything. How much can I say? Everything that's related to yourself and to your partners, maybe. And therefore, the physics system is quite interesting, necessary, as our engine is based on C++, C#, and our own proprietary language. We can use almost every API which is available on the market to integrate it, and even develop it further. So first we look for the right partners, we partner with industry leaders, and then we develop whatever is necessary to make this happen. So defense security. A lot of people are not cool when it comes down to defense and security or military at all. So, but we created a few things because that was the more or less easiest target at the very first beginning, task at the very first beginning. Because if you have a look at Crisis, so of course the military was quite interested. So, but we do it different nowadays, and that's how it looks like. That is something we created for ThyssenKrupp. As you can see, it's a land-based virtual training center where you can simultaneously train different kind of people on several tasks. It's about educational thing, how to control and operate a submarine, but it's also how to maintain a submarine, and all at the same time. So it works with simulator. We also working together with Fraunhofer at this, and it's high complex. And now we're doing also a VR version of that can be seen within a few shots in between. So that's how it looks like if you are acting within the model. It can be room scale, it can be infinite rooms, because we are also developing on that. But you use all the regular controls. I mean, that's just a controller, right? And everything else will be processed within the engine. It's not just a visual sight system, it's really an interactive system. They're using it not just for training and technical evaluation, they also use it for commercial purposes, for marketing, and for creating new clients. Every time they develop a new ship, they're asking for a new iteration based on that ship. And in this case, we also doing the production. Normally, it's not like this. So just to give you some blah, blah, blah. Don't have time this much anymore. So it's more about this one. Normally, we're looking out for partners who are already licensees of CryEngine. And we're trying to set up a certification program at the moment. I can tell that we're also going to partner with, oh, it's written wrong, Inca's training. So they want to support us, and they're also going to offer a CryEngine training in the close future. So, but this is what we try to do. We're setting up the engine, make it right for your demands and needs, and then we find the right industry partners, and they're going to execute it. They're going to produce the actual production based on their knowledge level. If we know a partner is good in architecture visualization, in structure planning, and stuff like this, because we also have all this BIM implementation, then we provide them with the request for the production. And because we know they can do it best. The same for the automotive industry, for trains, for submarines, whatever. So mostly because we're not the content producer. Crytek is still producing games. That's fine, that's pretty cool. And but the enterprise solution sometimes, when it comes to high complex themes, sometimes produce it by themselves, but mostly look for for partners. So, I hopefully have showcased a little bit, there are different ways, multiple avenues to grow your industry with different kind of technologies within CryEngine. You can use it, and you're always invited, as I said up front, to come over. If you have any kind of questions, if you have a project of mind, if it comes to collaboration, because that's what I'm doing pretty often, just contact me and we figure out a way most of the time. So, achieve with CryEngine. You can download the engine for free. It doesn't matter, enterprise or for gaming, at cryengine.com. And if you want to go further in enterprise, you just have to fill out a form, and then we negotiate whatever is possible. And most of the time, a lot of things are possible you can't imagine. You're always invited to visit crytek.com to have updates, continuously updates what we're doing. Therefore, I say thank you.
Thanks a lot, Pascal.